As the schools reopen for second-term learning, floods persist in some parts of the country like Narok County and the Tana Delta, further affecting the reopening of 44 primary schools and 27 secondary schools. 12 primary schools and 16 secondary schools in Nyeri County have failed to reopen due to flooded toilets and classrooms. 5 schools in Kisumu County have not resumed learning due to the backflow of Lake Victoria, as 2 schools in Pokot remain inaccessible after the bridge leading to the school was swept by the floods.
The adverse weather conditions have had an impact on our academic calendar, as schools had to be closed to safeguard the lives of students and teachers. Various schools are, however, readmitting learners today, following last week's directive by His Excellency the President. The government is working round the clock to ensure their safety. We also urge the parents to keep their children safe while to and from school, particularly between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. In the meantime, the State Department for Public Works is carrying out an inspection of schools' buildings in affected counties to assess the impact of the floods on their infrastructure as well as their readiness to readmit students. And it's good to say, our general estimate is that the damage that these floods have caused in terms of our infrastructure is up to 80 billion.
As of today, Kenya has registered a total of 227 deaths from the floods. In the last 24 hours, 1 person has been reported dead.
And a total of 41,825 people have been affected by the flooding. A total of 58,009 households have been displaced in Nairobi County, adding to the number of 55,575 displaced households countrywide. The government sends its most sincere condolences to the affected families and continues to emphasize on the safety and security of all Kenyans, especially those residing in the high-risk areas. The government will continue to provide the required support to the affected communities, and we urge fellow Kenyans, as well as our local and international partners, to continue to work with us in providing search and rescue services, as well as food and non-food item supplies to the affected households.
Sand harvesting and maram excavation in Kerio Valley has been put on hold due to the ground that has become weak and prone to mudslide. Other areas identified as mudslide hotspots in the county of Elgeyo Marakwet are Siroch, Kolol, Wewo, Maina, Lilan, Kamoi, Kapsegut, Turesia, and Aror.
So Kerio Valley, Sergoit, Kamosol, and Quarry Works. Around all that work has now been stopped. So please, let's help those ones who may need alternative sources of livelihoods in the meantime, so that we can safeguard their lives.
Nakuru, Kilifi, and Murang'a counties have experienced agricultural loss worth thousands of money.
The crops in agriculture-related enterprises, valued at approximately 59,783,181, have been affected. In Kilifi County, the value is approximated to be 47,521,750, while over 360 farm groups along the riverine areas have been affected. Additionally, 4 acres of tea bushes in Nyeri County and 774 acres of maize, beans, and horticultural crops have been affected in Murang'a County.
419 water sanitation and hygiene centers in 20 counties have been affected alongside 62 health centers in 11 counties. 52 cases of cholera infections have been reported in the country, and medical camps are already established to contain the spread of the outbreak.
30 public health officials have also been deployed for a risk assessment of all the 167 internally displaced camps and for the evaluation of nutrition, as well as the safe drinking water, sanitation, and hygiene wash points. In terms of essential food, supplies of rice and beans, 1.2 million kilograms have been distributed to support affected communities in Busia, Homa Bay, Kisumu, Machakos, Makueni, Tana River, Kilifi, Nakuru, Garissa, Turkana, Isiolo, Migori, Kajiado, Nairobi, Nyandarua, Kiambu, and Murang'a counties. Food is still being distributed. There is, however, need for more food, medical kits, non-food items to affected counties, and where search and rescue operations are still ongoing, including Narok, West Pokot, Nyeri, Siaya, and Kenyaga counties.
In the county of Nairobi, demolitions of unlawfully constructed structures and evacuation of those residing along the riparian land is ongoing.
A multi-agency team, including the State Department for Public Works, is undertaking demolitions of unsafe structures in Kirinyaga, Kiambu, and Nairobi counties. Accordingly, all persons residing within the 30-meter riparian corridor of rivers and other water courses across the country, especially here in Nairobi, the rivers of Nairobi, Ngong, and Mathare are the most affected, have been ordered to vacate for their safety. Mandatory evacuation along rivers in Nairobi counties, again Mathare, Ngong, and Nairobi, is also ongoing, with the government facilitating logistical support, temporary accommodation, and essential supplies to those affected.
Rahab Adhiambo, OGS Media, Nairobi.